MOSFET common gate amplifier, we're asked which of the following is true. So the things we should note here is we have a MOSFET and it's a common gate amplifier. So looking at the notes linked below the like button, on approximately page 145, we have our single MOS amplifiers and we have our common gate one, CG, right here, and it also looks like this CG right here. We're also going to look at page 75 approximately. And on this page, we have our MOSFET device schematic symbols. We have our NMOS FETs and our PMOS FETs. These are a little bit different. So when we look at this here, the common gate amplifier, we can see that we have an arrow going into our MOSFET for both of these. And so if it's going into it, it's going to look like the NMOS FET that we have here. So we have our source, we have our ground, and then we have our drain. We also have our base. So this is the four different terminals that it's talking about. The FET has three terminals. One is shared between our input and output ports. So we have our input output, and then we have the three terminals. Now let's look back at the question. It says the output signal is measured at the source. Well, if we look at this, our source is going to be up here, right? And so our output signal cannot be measured at the source because it's going through this. And if we look at this, our output signal is over here, our output signal is over here, not at the source, where this would be our RS and our RS here. So that means that A is going to be false. So it also cannot be all of the above. Next, we have the input signal is applied to the drain. So if our drain is over here, and if we look at this, our drain would be right here. Our input signal could not be applied to it. It would be at our source or at the G over here. It's that gate. So we would cross this out as well. Next, we have NMOS and PMOS FETs use different circuit topologies. So if we look in here, we have our FETs, a type of amplifier, and it says the circuit topologies used for both NMOS and PMOS. They're the same. So when it says NMOS and PMOS FETs use different circuit topologies, this is false because they use the same circuit topologies. Next, we have the gate is used by both input and output ports. And well, our gate, if we look at this right here, it's going to be our input and output. Our gate would be right here. We have our input and output with it. And so E is going to be the answer for this. It's how you would use the notes linked below the like button to solve this problem.